It's Words and Stitches, and I'm Mary, and this is a channel about all things quilty and fibery and life and just all the stuff. Anyway, it's been a while since I've seen you, well over a week and a half, and boy, do I have some fun stuff to talk about. I don't have a tremendous amount of finished kind of stuff to show, but I got some haul, I've got some information, and I can't wait to share it all with you. So, this is QuiltTube 17 for me, and I'm really glad to be back in this chair and talking to you today. I'm going to turn you just a little so you don't have that glare in my kitchen window. There we go. That might be just a little better. I'll scooch over. So, since I talked to you last, I have been on a vacation to Tennessee, to the Smoky Mountains, with my 2 sons, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandsons and husband. We had a terrific long weekend, short week kind of vacation, and we had never done that before since the kids had left home. But when they were little, we took them, our 2 boys, to the Smoky Mountains, and they just love that vacation. So when we started talking about it, that seemed like a good place to go. And I think our grandkids had a great time. They're well, one will be 9 here in just a couple of weeks, but we're gonna call him 8. 8 and 6, and we just had fun playing in the creeks in the Smoky Mountain National Park and going to Ober-Gatlinburg, and or I think they call it Over Mountain now. And we had a terrific Airbnb or VRBO. It was really a VRBO. Anyway, we just had a good time. Got to go to Buc-ee's. I'd been to one before, but like my grandkids had never been to one. My husband hadn't been to one, so that was a lot of fun. I have also been teaching classes and prepping for classes. I've taught 2 classes in the last couple of weeks. Both of them, so much fun. Enjoyed them, filled my cup, filled my heart. All the things. I can't wait to see what everybody's made. I'm doing a class tomorrow for one of my dear friends, and we're going to teach our grandkids how to make some fun stuff. So they're here visiting for a while. So I'm going to do a class tomorrow, and I got a class next week that I'm going to be doing. So I can't wait to show you some things about that later on. But so all these things have been going on, but I have some stories to tell. Oop, I dropped something. Let me get it out of the way so I don't step on it when I get up. Okay, so let's do yesterday first. I have to tell you about yesterday. So I went yesterday to meet up with a friend. I had something that belonged to her that she needed for her long arm, and so I took that back and I helped her out just a little bit, because that's kind of how we became friends, was through long arming. And we went downtown in Hannibal. Now, those of you who don't live here close to Missouri, you know, Hannibal, Missouri, America's hometown, Mark Twain, Tom and Becky, the whole bit. Huck Finn. It's all down there on Main Street. And Main Street also is where the Hickory Stick is. If you've been this way or you've looked into it, you might have come across the Hickory Stick. It's been in business for, I think, at least 40 years. Definitely 30, maybe 40. Anyway, it's the nicest little store, and well, it's not all that little. There's 3 or 4 rooms of fabric, you know, these old historic buildings, and wide variety. They used to carry wool. They don't carry wool anymore, but they carry everything else, and just a wide variety. So there was another store in Hannibal for quite a while called Bits and Pieces, and that owner retired, and she moved to Fulton, and she decided she still wanted a store. Excuse me. So she opened a store in Fulton. So that left Hannibal back with just 1 store. Well, an opportunity for a building right next door to Hickory Stick opened up. And one of the people who had been working at Hickory Stick has a wonderful business called Cindy's Nifty Stitches. And she's opening a modern store right next door. So, you know, this whole Highway 36, Hamilton, Missouri Star, you know, that whole thing down to Hannibal has some great shops. And what 2 great places to start and stop. Hannibal, Missouri has 2, you know. Anyway, it's going to be so cool. She has some of the best stuff. She's carrying Art Gallery. She's carrying Ruby Star. She has some of her own stuff there. She makes memory quilts and memento quilts, and you're going to love it. So if you're planning a trip to Missouri and you're wanting to do some shop hopping, or you're coming to the Missouri shop hop, she's not going to be part of the Missouri shop hop, but I bet Hickory Stick is, and so you can pop over, and you're just going to love it. She's just as nice as she can be. She had, and creative, oh, crazy creative. It's going to be a fantastic shop. So I did that yesterday. She's not 100% open, but I bet if you went in there, she'd talk to you and sell you something. But her grand opening, she's planning for like right after Labor Day, but she's going to be up and running before that. So I would say in maybe 2 weeks, it would be a fantastic time to go in there. Anyway, that was so much fun. So much fun. Then my friend and I got to visit my running buddy, Dolores, or we call her D-Lo a lot here at my house. But we went to Brunswick, Missouri today. Now, I don't know what you know about Brunswick. Probably nothing. But if you've ever heard of So Sweet Quilt Shop in Brunswick, you know it's a fun little trip. If you've never heard of it, let me add on to your Hamilton trip. It's an hour south on Highway 24. Oh my. So Sweet is in a little town of Brunswick, and there are pecan groves everywhere. They have a huge pecan business, the pecan capital of the world. So I think that's what they say. Anyway, so there's a shop there called So Sweet. Beautiful shop. All the beautiful stuff. Not only is it a fabric shop, quilt shop, and they do quilt for people too. They have a long run business, but they do cross stitch. They have a whole wall of all kinds of charts and ideas, and they have several different kinds of thread. They have some silks. They have some. It's a fantastic store. Love that store. Love the little town of Brunswick. So I can't wait to show you all the stuff I got in Brunswick today. I don't often buy patterns. I just don't. I used to, and I have a lot of them, and a lot of them I've never used. But lately, because I write my own patterns sometimes, I kind of like to pick up somebody else's pattern just for reading purposes. And, you know, so I know I'm keeping up, that kind of thing. So the first thing I bought was this little, and it's by Cluck Cluck Sew. It's called Platy Cake. I don't know if you can see it with all the, you know, plastic's a wonderful thing. I know it's so good on film. I don't know what my dog's barking at, but anyway, okay. It's called Platy Cake. I have all the scrap fabric from all the things I've made, and I thought, wouldn't that make some great just blankets? So I'm going to hit pause and make sure my baby's okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, she's fighting with her stuffed toys and shaking them up. She's not but about that big, and she thinks she's 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and the stuffies don't care. But anyway, all right, so I bought that, and I'm real excited about that. There's another plaid quilt that I really like by, lo and behold, I saw that at Cindy's Nifty Stitches yesterday, and I don't know, she has it kitted up with some beautiful Art Gallery fabric, but I thought this would be just wonderful to use up some of my, you know, my small pieces that I can, you know, I told you I was going to switch up the blankets on my bed, use for that. So I got this. I'm really excited about it. And I have been in So Sweet several times. Yeah, well, many times I've been there. But the last few times I've been there, I have noticed this quilt on a bed that they have upstairs in their display area. And I just look at it and think, that is so cool. I just love that quilt. I just need that quilt. And I look at the kit. They do great kits. They, this is, I'm going to try to kind of cut down the plastic for you just a little bit. So the pattern is called Lucky Log Cabin. Lucky Log Cabin by Quilty Love. Emily Dennis, quiltyloveshop.com. And I just love it. It's just, it's log cabins. I don't know how well you can see that. Anyway, this will make a 66 by 76 quilt. Now, let me tell you, I almost never, not never, but almost never buy quilt kits, kitted up stuff. I like to pick my own stuff and switch stuff out. And so they had done their quilt in these fabrics. And I'm not going to take them out of the plastic because look how cool they are. Oh. Okay. I love it. I just have absolutely been in love with it. And so they had this. I was going to look and see if there was any kind of information on a salvage. No. Okay. So they had this all kitted up and everything but my name on it. Everything but my name on it. And I just went, you know what, I got to have it. So I bought it today. And it's kind of a woven flannel. I don't know how else to explain the fabric. And I'm really not sure. There's nothing on here that really tells what brand it is. And I didn't go look it up on the shelves because it was kind of a, oh, I'm just going to go upstairs and get that and buy it. You know, I'd already done all my shopping. Anyway, not sure when I'm going to get to this, but I'm so excited about it. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, my floor's going to be a mess when I get done. Also, I have a former colleague that I worked with, and she was very young when she started working with us out where I taught. And she has 4 children. She just had a new baby, and they're all little boys. And for each of the first 3, I made a quilt. So Danielle had her 4th baby, and she tells me it's the last one. Don't believe her, but tells me it's her last one. And it was another little boy. And I don't know what I'm gonna make. But Meet Me in the Forest is this fabric. Meet Me in the Forest. I bought this fat quarter pack because I am in love with some of this print here, and I'm going to undo this and show you real fast. This was not a good, but look at this. Meet Me in the Forest. Oh my gosh, is that adorable? Oh my gosh. And some of the companion pieces are right up my alley. We got the mushrooms. We got flowers. We got sunshines. Here it is in a darker hue. Oh my gosh. All the hues. Oh wait, here's a little selvage. Maybe I can tell you. Making it fun. Something or wild. I'm not sure. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Here it is in a darker color. There's these lighter blues. Oh, look at this little toss. Is that just adorable? So I'm hoping to be able to take some of these more neutral, gender neutral kinds of prints. And not the same thing. I'm just not getting enough information off my salvages to tell you too much. But about the manufacturer, but oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, one of these days, Danny, I'm gonna get you a blanket made, a quilt, and you and Mom can cuddle on it with all the rest of your brothers. So hang in there. Anyway, I bought that. I don't know if you can tell, I'm just beyond excited today. You know, sometimes you get really down in the dumps and things aren't going the way you want them to and blah, 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 blah. Let me get rid of these glasses so you don't see the glare. And I'd kind of been in that mode for a few weeks, but took the trip, did all this stuff, have done some shopping, taught the classes, and I'm telling you, the ladies that I have taught lately have just filled my heart, filled my cup. I am just rejuvenated and ready to go. So let's see, about one more thing at So Sweet. And then I went and had lunch at Caitlin's Deli. And then I bought something else I'll show you in a minute. Brunswick is a neat town. If you haven't been there, you need to try. And you know, you people who don't like Missouri weather, you should just come do a tour. I'm telling you. You should come do a tour. If you need help putting it together, let me know. I'll make you a list of all the cool stuff. So this is called, Jen's Block Wrap. Jen's Block Wrap. And it's so you can take quilt blocks with you. I think it's the coolest thing, all right? Are you ready? So it comes rolled up, tight, and tied with this string. But what it is a 6-page booklet, and there's a slick side and kind of a sticky side. And you can put finished blocks, applique pieces, whatever you want, and take them with you to classes, to camping, to vacation. Use it in your sewing studio, whatever. It will keep them nice and neat and all together. And then you can just roll it up, which I'm going to do really fast here. It won't be a great neat job. And tie it, and you have this book of stuff you can take. And this is by Jen Kingwell Designs. I have her book with the recipes, and I have fabric, and I have templates. And that's going to be one of my winter projects is to work on one of hers. So I'm like, oh, this will be cool for that. But in the meantime, it's going to get a workout on other things. So that was So Sweet. Now let me tell you the rest of Brunswick. So Brunswick has the quilt shop. Let me tell you something about the quilt shop. They have a retreat center connected to them. They have a retreat house out on their property where they live. And I think there's some pecan trees and things out there in the little house. I've never seen the inside. The outside's just beautiful. That's something you can rent for a retreat. And they're building a retreat center across the street from the quilt show, or the quilt shop. And I think I heard, don't quote me, I think I heard them say that there were 11 beds on each end of this great big building with this big event area in the middle for retreats. They're always booked up, you know, so they just built more room. You know, if you build it, they will come. That kind of thing. Anyway, so that's going on. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful spot too. Plus, you'd just be right across the street from one of the best quilt stores around. Then, if you go on up the street, there's a little store called Upriver, and it's a boutique and consignment store. And I got some new hand lotion today, and it feels so nice. And it's called Karen, can you see it? It has some different smells. And I don't know about you all. Do you all like to use lotion? Like, I don't use lotion if it's greasy, because I don't want to ruin anybody's anything, including my own, that I do in this room. But sometimes when you work with fabric and you work with like cardstock and threads, your skin gets so dry. And so sometimes when I'm working in here cutting or whatever, I like a little lotion on my hands. So I was out and I got this. This one is called Navy. There's some different scents, but it's got aloe and botanicals in it, and just love it. So I got that. And as we continued to walk up the street, Dolores says, "Oh, look, Mary, there's a vintage quilt in that window. We should go in." Can't wait to show you what I bought today. So, Cottage Grove. Oh, I'm a terrible human being. I can't remember the name of the store. And I don't know. Well, it will be at the end. I will make sure it's on there. Went into this antique store. Went to the, was looking. And anyway, went to the right into this room. Oh my gosh. So many cool quilty treasures. But, and if you've been watching, you know I like vintage quilts. And I have started a vintage quilt collection, kind of. And I bought a new one today. Hand quilted. Hand stitched. I have not done a lot of fabric research yet because I just got home a little while ago. But I'm going to say some of the fabric dates back to the 40s at least. So I really feel like the backing maybe more of just a nice cotton from, later. But the top itself, and it is quilted, and it was quilted with, like, hand quilted. It was quilted with like some lavender thread. So I don't know. Might have been quilted later, but some of the fabric came from the 40s. So I'm really excited about that. I cannot wait to get it cleaned up and hanging somewhere in my house on a rack. So, Brunswick, add that to your Missouri shop hop list. If you haven't been there, you gotta go. So now you got Hannibal with Hickory Stick and Cindy's Nifty Stitches. That's going to be the new store. And then, there's Stitch and Clip and, well, that's the one I remember the most. There's Huffmeyer's. There's just along Highway 36. And it's a nice 4-lane highway in northern Missouri. And it crosses, it goes across the state pretty far. And Hamilton, of course, Missouri Star. You don't need any more information about that. You just need to go. And then you can go down, Kansas City area has some great shops. Brunswick has some great shops. And then, depending on how much time you have, there's Columbia too. There's 3 shops in Columbia. Anyway, all right. So on my way home from Brunswick, there's a little store called So Creative, S-E-W, Creative, So Creative. I'm positive on that one. In Salisbury, Missouri, which is just a little rural town. And she just, the owner is just lovely. And she has some really neat stuff. I don't like her, and I'll tell you why. I love her, but I don't like her. Because that was the first place I ever saw Tilda. Bought my first piece of Tilda from So Creative in Salisbury. And, I'm nutty about it and have a lot of it. So, anyway, no, I love her. And she has a lot of beautiful things. But because I had bought a quilt and bought a bunch of fabric, I didn't buy any fabric there. I was like done thinking about that sort of thing. But I did 2 things for myself. Because I teach classes and do stuff, I'm always making handouts or whatever, and doing math. I'm an English teacher. I like the words, not the math. And I found this book, and I see people, I see them everywhere. It's called the Quilters, All-in-One Quilters Reference Tool. You just see them lots of places, and I've never picked one up. Well, I picked one up, and boy, there's some super nice charts in here. So I went ahead and purchased this. It's So Creative, so that when I need to do some research or whatever, I've got it a little bit. Not that I can't find it online. You can find everything on the, the Googles. But, yeah. This is just handier for me sometimes. And I bought this cute little 8-inch quilt block. It's this is March and April. And it's from the company This and That. And it's Barn Block Minis. And I just thought they were cute. And I thought, you know what? Let me pull that off of there so you can see the This and That. I just really thought it was cute. And I thought, sometimes I just need to sit down and do something fast just for me. So when I'm not feeling EPP and I'm not feeling, this is going to be it. So that's what I bought today. That's my haul, my new haul. I'm trying to think. Nope. No, I think that's everything. I think that's everything I got. I'm looking at it, looking all around. It's all down here at my feet now. I love haul. I can't do it as often as I used to just because I'm like, I have so much stuff. I need to be using that, you know. Don't just let it, but, you know, one of these days I'll clean out some more, or I'll use it all up and get it all done. So, you know, that yard's going to dry out here pretty quick, and I'm going to have more time. I'll have to stop and mow my yard, or, you know, now if I just didn't have to cook food or clean house, those two things, you know, they kind of slow me up a little bit. Anyway, I'm trying to think. Seems like there was one other thing I wanted to talk about today. Oh, yes. Let me grab it. Just look at my mess. So, my dear friend Jane that I went to Hannibal to help yesterday. I walked in and she just tossed this at me. And, you know, I was speechless for, you know, I got this. Look at it. It came from Hickory Stick in Hannibal, and it's the Autumn Tilda, and they're fat 8s. There's 16 of them here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them besides look at them and, you know, for a little while. But I'm going to figure something out special to do with them just pretty quick because, wow, you know, I don't know why she thought she should, but she did, and I just couldn't thank her enough. Just beautiful. So we ran into Hickory Stick while we were down there, and I purchased this little charm pack of Creating Memories, Tilda, and don't tell her, but I want to make my mother-in-law a little jacket, and so I bought a I bought a pattern where you take a crew neck sweatshirt from AnniesCraft.com, and you take a charm pack, and she's little bitty now. She's like a petite 6 or something. So, you know, a small one. I only need one charm pack. And you make patchwork for the front and make a little jacket out of it for her. And she's 91, going on 92, and she's cold all the time. And she goes to this, you know, she goes to church, she goes to this music and different things, and she always needs a jacket. And so I'm hoping I can get that done by her birthday. So I was real excited about those too. Gosh, I guess that's about it. I really don't have much else. If you see behind, oh, I do. Let me show you a couple of finishy things. I finally got this quilt off the off the long arm. It's a One Block Wonder. It's not bound yet, but you know, I'm getting closer all the time. I taught a class. I teach a class where you make 50 half square triangles, and then you can make something out of them. And so this is a table runner that I kind of designed for that purpose. This is Art Gallery. It's older. I bought this in Canada when I was on vacation several years ago. And then I put some, this is not Robin Pickens thatch, or yeah, no, not real sure what this is, but it's one of the good blenders we have out today. And of course, a little bit of grunge on the back. And I have no clue what this fabric was. I took it off my shelf. And then this one, this is going to be a table runner. Neither one of them are bound yet, but I'm hoping over the weekend. We don't have we don't do a lot for the holiday, you know, the 4th of July holiday. fireworks are beautiful from a distance. I don't need to go see them. My grandchildren, I think, are going camping over the weekend, and my Kansas City kids are in Kansas City, you know. Anyway, so I'm hoping over the weekend, we're supposed to have some rain, so I'm hoping over the weekend I can get a whole bunch of stuff ready to sit and bind, and then I can work on it a little at a time. Gosh, it's been great to visit. I just haven't had time to sit down and do this. And you know, I have some quilt lingo videos I'm gonna go back to for those like very beginner quilters, and I have truly been working on some ways to do some tutorials on things, and so I hope to start getting them up. My goal is sometime by the end of the month to have something small and then kind of work my way up, because I'm just me. I just do this me for fun. I guess I'm done. So, have a great week. I'll talk to you next week. Maybe I'll have some real finishes and some more things put together to talk about, and little things that I've been working on. And have a terrific 4th of July. I hope you have family or friends, or you're camping, or you're vacationing, or whatever, and you're right where you want to be, and you have a terrific and safe holiday. Hey, Aunt Billy. Bye.